What was supposed to be just a selfie to record an incredible moment, in fact, was their death sentence. What happened to each of these people in their last selfies is quite disturbing. So, if you dare to learn about each of these cases, prepare your stomach. The age of social media has transformed the way we document our lives. Every adventure, every breathtaking view, every daring moment is captured and shared instantly. But sometimes, the perfect photo comes at a deadly price. Today, you will learn stories of last selfies before a terrifying tragedy. Are you curious? Join us and let's go. Number 10. Miniki Mori and Vishnu Viswanath. Love brought Miniki Mori and Vishnu Viswanath together, and adventure kept their relationship alive. This Indian couple, living in the United States, had built their entire relationship around exploring the world's most beautiful destinations. Miniki's background as a talented writer paired perfectly with Vishnu's eye for photography. Together, they created content that transported their growing audience to exotic locations around the globe. Their Instagram account flourished as followers lived vicariously through their adventures, watching a couple who seemed to have figured out the secret to combining love and exploration. October 30th, 2018, found them at Yosemite National Park in California, standing at Taft Point, a viewpoint that offers one of the most spectacular panoramic views in America. The location sits more than 240 meters above sea level, providing visitors with breathtaking vistas that stretch for miles. It was exactly the kind of dramatic backdrop that had made their travel content so popular. The couple wanted to capture the perfect selfie to add to their collection of stunning travel photographs. They had taken countless photos together in dangerous locations before, always managing to balance risk with reward. But Taft Point would be different. As they positioned themselves for the shot, something went terribly wrong. Maybe it was a gust of wind, maybe loose rock gave way, or maybe they simply leaned too far back. Whatever the cause, both Miniki and Vishnu lost their balance simultaneously and plummeted off the cliff edge. The fall killed them both instantly. Their bodies were discovered by other hikers, their camera nearby containing the photos they had taken just moments before their death. I have a question for you. First, I would like to say that it is possible to follow the greatest curiosities of our world every day. But to do so, you need to be subscribed to our channel. So, are you already subscribed? If not, take the opportunity to subscribe now. Also, take the opportunity to like the video, so YouTube will recommend more videos from our channel, so leave your like right now. And now that you have done that, let's go. Number 9. The Bikini Climber's Final Summit. Gigi Wu. Mountain peaks were Gigi Wu's cathedral, and she worshipped there in ways that defied convention. This 36-year-old Taiwanese adventurer had earned the nickname Bikini Climber for her signature move, scaling some of the world's most challenging summits, then stripping down to a bikini for a triumphant selfie at the top. Gigi wasn't just seeking attention. She was making a statement about freedom, body positivity, and the pure joy of conquering nature's most imposing challenges. Her followers, numbering in the tens of thousands, were captivated by her fearless approach to mountaineering. December 2019 brought Gigi to Yushan National Park, home to Taiwan's tallest mountains and some of its most unforgiving terrain. She embarked on a solo trek, something she had done many times before. Her experience and confidence made her believe she could handle whatever the mountain threw at her. The ascent went according to plan. Gigi reached the summit and, true to form, changed into her bikini for that iconic photo. The shot was everything she had hoped for: dramatic, powerful, and sure to generate massive engagement on social media. But the mountain wasn't finished with her yet. On her descent, disaster struck. Gigi slipped and fell into a deep ravine, her body battered by the rocky terrain. Fortunately, she had brought a satellite phone, a piece of equipment that should have been her lifeline. She managed to make contact with rescue services, explaining her location and injuries. Help was on the way, but Mother Nature had other plans. Severe weather rolled in, grounding rescue helicopters and making ground approaches impossible. Hours stretched into days as Gigi lay trapped in the ravine, her body temperature dropping steadily. Rescue teams finally reached her location, but it was too late. Gigi had succumbed to hypothermia, her body unable to withstand the brutal conditions any longer. The woman, who had conquered over 100 peaks, was finally defeated by the mountain she loved so much. Number 8. The Influencers. Fatal Fall. Sophia Chung. Sophia Chung lived for adrenaline. This 32-year-old influencer had built her entire brand around extreme adventures, accumulating over 35,000 Instagram followers who craved her death-defying content. Her feed was a catalog of heart-stopping moments, dangling from cliff edges, posing on jagged rocks against crashing waves, and scaling dangerous heights that would make most people dizzy just watching. Saturday, July 10th, started like any other adventure day for Sophia. She headed to Hockley Park in Hong Kong, a location notorious for its stunning waterfalls and equally notorious for its dangerous terrain. The park had claimed lives before, but that didn't deter Sophia. She was chasing that perfect shot, the one that would get thousands of likes and cement her reputation as the ultimate thrill-seeker. Near one of the park's most treacherous cliffs, Sophia positioned herself for what she believed would be another viral moment. The waterfall roared behind her, creating the dramatic backdrop she always sought. But as she leaned in for the perfect angle, physics took over. One wrong step, one moment of lost balance, and Sophia plummeted more than 5 meters down the rocky cliff face. Her friends watched in horror as their companion disappeared over the edge. They immediately called emergency services, their hands shaking as they tried to explain the location. First responders arrived with impressive speed, but the damage was already done. Despite their best efforts, Sophia was pronounced dead on arrival at the hospital. Number 7. The group selfie that sank a boat. Sometimes tragedy strikes when you least expect it, during moments that should be nothing but pure joy. May 15th started as a perfect day for adventure in central Java, Indonesia. 20 tourists had boarded a boat for what should have been a peaceful cruise across a water reservoir, the kind of outing that creates lifelong memories and countless photos to share on social media. The weather couldn't have been better. Sunny skies, calm waters, and a gentle breeze that made being on the water feel like paradise. The group was in high spirits, laughing and chatting as they took in the stunning scenery surrounding them. Everyone had their phones out, capturing the beautiful landscape and their smiling faces as they enjoyed this perfect day. As the boat glided across the reservoir, someone suggested taking a group selfie. It seemed like an innocent idea. What could be more natural than documenting this amazing experience with all 20 friends together in one shot? The excitement was infectious as everyone agreed to participate in capturing this moment of pure happiness. But the logistics of fitting 20 people into a single selfie proved more complicated than anyone anticipated. In their enthusiasm to get the perfect group shot, all 20 passengers moved to the right side of the boat simultaneously. It was a seemingly harmless decision that would have devastating consequences. The sudden shift in weight distribution caused the boat to lose its balance catastrophically. What had been a stable vessel just seconds before began to tip dangerously to one side. Before anyone could react or redistribute their weight, the boat flipped completely over, throwing all 20 passengers into the water. The panic was immediate and intense. Not everyone was a strong swimmer, and the shock of suddenly being plunged into the reservoir left many disoriented and struggling. Number 6. The waterfall warning. Ignored. Nirupa Prajapati. January the 3rd, 2021, was supposed to be just another fun day out with friends for Nirupa Prajapati. This young Indian woman had chosen Sundarar, a popular picnic spot known for its breathtaking natural beauty, as the perfect place to unwind and create some memories. After spending a few relaxing hours with her group, Nirupa wandered over to one of the waterfalls to cool off and take in the spectacular view. The sound of rushing water was mesmerizing, and the mist created by the cascading falls provided a refreshing break from the heat. It was the kind of moment that begged to be captured and shared. Inspired by the stunning surroundings, Nirupa decided to take a selfie near the waterfall's edge. She wanted to capture both her smile and the magnificent natural backdrop behind her. But nature can be unpredictably cruel. As Nirupa positioned herself for the shot, a man walking behind her accidentally stumbled. In his attempt to regain balance, he bumped into her, causing Nirupa to lose her footing on the slippery rocks near the water's edge. The peaceful day instantly transformed into a nightmare. Her friends watched in horror as the swift current swept Nirupa away, her body disappearing beneath the turbulent water. They immediately called for help, but rescue teams faced an enormous challenge. The waterfall's powerful flow had carried her far downstream. Search and rescue operations continued for 22 agonizing hours. Volunteers and professional rescuers combed every section of the river, hoping against hope to find Nirupa alive. Finally, they discovered her body lodged in a rocky crevice approximately 400 meters downstream from where she had fallen. Nirupa's death devastated her family and friends, who struggled to comprehend how a simple selfie had cost them someone they loved so dearly. The tragedy served as another heartbreaking reminder of how quickly joy can turn to sorrow when we underestimate nature's power. Number 5. Toni Kelly. Toni Kelly embodied the spirit of adventure that defines an entire generation of young travelers. This 20-year-old New Zealand native had made it her mission to explore every corner of the world, documenting her journeys for thousands of followers who lived vicariously through her Instagram posts. From music festivals in Ireland to iconic landmarks in California, Toni's feed was a masterclass in travel photography. She had this incredible ability to find the perfect angle, the ideal lighting, and the most captivating backgrounds wherever she went. November 2017 found Toni in London, staying at a hotel that offered stunning views of the city's famous skyline. Her second-floor room had a window that framed the urban landscape perfectly, exactly the kind of shot that would generate massive engagement on social media. But hotel windows aren't designed for photography sessions. As Toni leaned out to get the ideal angle for her selfie, she lost her balance and fell from the second floor. The impact was devastating. She suffered severe brain injuries that no amount of medical intervention could overcome. Despite being rushed to the hospital and receiving the best possible care, Toni's injuries were too extensive. She passed away, her dreams of visiting every country on Earth ending abruptly in a London hospital room. Her vibrant travel adventures were replaced by grief-stricken family members trying to process the unthinkable. In a final act of generosity that perfectly captured Toni's caring nature, her family made the decision to donate her organs. Even in death, she was able to give others a second chance at life, ensuring that her legacy would live on through the lives she helped save. Toni's story serves as a sobering reminder that the pursuit of the perfect shot should never come at the expense of basic safety. No photograph, no matter how stunning or shareable, is worth risking everything for. Number 4. The Crane Operators. Last Dance. Yao Q-mei. Dancing had always been Yao Q-mei's escape from the ordinary. By 2021, this 23-year-old Chinese woman had transformed her passion into internet gold, becoming one of Douyin's most beloved creators with over 100,000 devoted followers. Her unique appeal wasn't just her graceful moves, it was where she performed them. High above construction sites, inside the cabin of massive industrial cranes, Xiao turned her workplace into a stage. Her followers couldn't get enough of her daily dance videos filmed from dizzying heights. The contrast between her elegant choreography and the harsh industrial backdrop created something magical. Viewers would tune in religiously to watch her transform a mundane workday into entertainment, making crane operation look like the coolest job in the world. July 20th seemed like any other day. As her shift neared its end at 5:40 p.m., Zhao decided to treat her fans to a live broadcast from her crane cabin. She had done this countless times before. It was routine, safe, and always guaranteed to bring in viewers. The stream started perfectly, with Zhao performing an energetic dance that immediately attracted thousands of likes and comments flooding in. But then, everything went wrong in the span of seconds. Her phone, which she had been using to film herself, slipped from her grasp. In that moment of panic, Xiao's instincts kicked in. She lunged forward to catch her falling device. It was a split-second decision that cost her everything. The live stream captured the horrifying sequence of events. Viewers heard a young woman scream, saw chaotic blurred images of crane machinery, and then nothing. Number 3. Bastien Palmier. Bastien Palmier was living the dream that millions of young people chase on social media. This 33-year-old Frenchman had arrived in Thailand with a specific mission: to recreate the stunning photographs that had made his Instagram idols famous. November 2019 found him island hopping, determined to capture the tropical paradise that would make his followers back home incredibly jealous. Thailand's temples, ancient ruins, and pristine beaches provided the perfect backdrop for the content Bastian was creating. Every shot was more beautiful than the last, showcasing a country that seemed almost too perfect to be real. His journey eventually led him to the famous Nam Wang waterfalls on the island of Koh Samui, a location that had become legendary among Instagram travelers. But local authorities knew something that many tourists ignored. This Instagram-worthy location was also incredibly dangerous. Warning signs were posted around the area, and security barriers had been installed to keep visitors away from the waterfall's treacherous edge. Bastian, however, was determined to get that perfect shot. He ignored all the warning signs, stepped over the security barriers, and positioned himself dangerously close to the waterfall's edge. In his mind, the incredible photo he was about to take would be worth any risk. As he tried to capture the selfie, disaster struck. Bastian slipped on the wet rocks and fell over 70 meters down the waterfall, his body crashing into the natural pool below. When rescue teams finally retrieved him, he was floating face down, lifeless and severely injured from the devastating fall. The cruel irony was that Bastian became the second tourist to die at that exact same spot within the same year. Just months earlier, a 26-year-old Spanish tourist named David Romy had also fallen to his death while attempting to take a selfie at the Nam Wang waterfalls. Number 2. The Mediterranean cliff that claimed 2 lives. Daniel Mee and Jaden Dolman thought they had found paradise when they arrived in Spain for their Mediterranean vacation. These English friends, aged 20 and 25, had chosen the seaside resort of Punta Prima in Alicante for what should have been the perfect summer getaway. Golden beaches, crystal-clear waters, and vibrant nightlife promised memories that would last a lifetime. July 2019 had been everything they hoped for. Lazy days soaking up the Spanish sun, refreshing swims in the Mediterranean, and evenings filled with laughter and exploration. During one of their evening strolls along the beach, Daniel and Jaden discovered a raised pathway that offered breathtaking views of the ocean. The elevated position provided a panoramic vista that stretched to the horizon, with the setting sun painting the sky in brilliant oranges and purples. It was the kind of view that demanded to be photographed. Captivated by the stunning scenery, they decided this was the perfect opportunity for a selfie that would capture both their friendship and the incredible backdrop. But the pathway's safety railing blocked the ideal camera angle they were looking for. To get the shot they envisioned, they would need to climb over the barrier and get closer to the cliff's edge. It seemed like a reasonable risk at the time. They were young, confident, and the photo opportunity was too good to pass up. What could go wrong in just the few seconds it would take to snap the perfect selfie? Everything went wrong. Both men lost their balance simultaneously and fell over 12 meters down the cliff face. The impact was catastrophic. Daniel died instantly. At the scene, his body unable to survive the devastating fall. Jaden was still alive when rescue services arrived, but his injuries were too severe to overcome. He succumbed to his injuries the following day in the hospital. Number 1. The nuclear bomb's cheerful handler, Harold Agnew. The man smiling in this photograph is Harold Agnew, and what he's holding isn't a picnic basket. It's the plutonium core for Fat Man, the nuclear bomb that would soon obliterate Nagasaki. This single object in his hands would go on to cause one of the most catastrophic events in human history, instantly killing over 80,000 people and condemning countless others to slow, agonizing deaths from radiation poisoning. This photo was taken on Tinian Island, the secret military base that served as the staging ground for Project Alberta, the top-secret operation responsible for assembling and delivering the atomic bombs that ended World War II. What makes this image truly disturbing is how casual and cheerful everyone looks. If you didn't know the context, you might think they were preparing for a military exercise or even filming a movie. Harold wasn't just involved in building the bomb. He was actually in the air when it detonated. Flying in the Great Artiste, a scientific observation plane that followed the infamous Enola Gay, Harold captured footage of the devastation below through his camera lens. His recordings provided an unforgettable document of the chaos and destruction that his handiwork had unleashed on the world. The contrast between Harold's sunny smile in this photograph and the unimaginable suffering that would follow is almost impossible to process. This seemingly innocent moment captured a man holding an object that would forever change the course of human history, introducing the world to the terrifying reality of nuclear warfare. Looking back at this image today, knowing what we now know about the long-term effects of nuclear weapons, that cheerful expression takes on a much heavier meaning. It serves as a chilling reminder of how ordinary people can become part of extraordinary acts of destruction, often without fully grasping the magnitude of what they're participating in. Are you seeing this video that is appearing on the screen? Click on it, because I have set it aside especially for you to watch. If you like this video, I'm sure you'll like our recommendation. Well, that's it, and until next time, Curious One.